Discovery video 201. We are at Calder once again, and I titled this video Unlock the Power of Key Races. We're going to look at how we benefit from key race past and key race present. I'll talk about that in a minute. I highlighted the race condition 6250. 9 winners of 3 lifetime. That is a 5.5 star preferred race. Here on the Horse Racing Digest page, free area, click on Discovery Video. Here you can click and watch the videos, but on the right side is my listing of the value, odds, and overlay preferred races. My 17 plus years of research has shown me that these are the conditions where the money is at. The race we're looking at in this video fits into this category. Claiming races with the condition. You'll see the heading CLM, claiming price, and then a series of either numbers or letters, or sometimes just a letter following the claiming price, as you see here. That is a conditional claimer. That's the highest rated preferred race, 5.5 stars. Okay, now this is the third race. The pick 4 at Calder runs the early pick 4 is the first 4 races. And what I usually like to do, I like to scout out which of those 4 races appears to have the strongest possibility to be my focus key horse in the pick 4. In other words, the horse that I'm going to single in the pick 4 at expected high odds. So that, in a sense, we're going to call that the key race of the pick 4. And also we'll discuss about prior races that were key races and how important those were. 5.5 star preferred race. We have 1 value odds horse, which is always the preferred way. Number 8, Mancini's Goodness. Now, whether I bet the horse or not depends on the odds near post time. Because remember, what is the most important thing? The most important thing is the odds near post time. Let's take a look at that. Here's how Group A looked near post time. The 1 was 5-1. The 6, our plum pudding, getting all the money at even money. No horse deserves to be even money in a non-winners of 3 lifetime 62 claimer. It's just the betting public gets confused in these types of races. That's why they're 5.5 star races. These races are conducive for long shot winners, not even money shots. They don't win enough in these types of races. It's a losing proposition, yet they almost always bet 1 horse down. 4-1 on the other horse, so 3 horse, and our horse, as you can see, the obvious overlay in Group A at 15-1 near post time. Okay, so yes, at this point I am interested because this is, like I said, the most important thing. It tells me whether I'm going to make a bet or not. If Mancini's Goodness was 5-1, I would not be betting this race, or at least I wouldn't be betting this horse. But 15-1, yes, I like to have it in the vicinity or the neighborhood of 10-1 or higher to make a play. When I say in the neighborhood, at times I will accept 9-1 or 8-1 as long as it's only 1 value odds horse, and depending on the situation. But I need the neighborhood of 10-1 or higher in order for me to take a bet. So this being a 5.5 star top rated race, 15-1 on the value odds horse is an absolute go for me. Now, what I like to do next, now that I've seen the odds near post time, I like to see what's going on with the horse. I see we have the overlay jockey icon, Jay-Z Santana, winning with horses at overlay odds this year, doing that on a regular basis. I see that the horse is exiting a key race, and if you look up and down here, this is important. She's the only horse in the race that's exiting a key race. Key race meaning one or more horses came out of that most recent race to win their next start. Now, to me, she finished 5th out of 7th in that race. I have found it to be beneficial to have the key race, even if the horse finishes last in said race. I know that doesn't particularly make sense, but a lot of the things in this game that I have found to be true and accurate through my 17 years of research, a lot of stuff doesn't make sense. It shows its pattern over and over and over and over and over again, and you just can't ignore what's there. You can't ignore the facts. So any horse exiting a key race, regardless of the finish position, is something to be looked at. And if that is the only horse in the race exiting a key race, that is a very important proposition. Okay. Now, also, Mancini's Goodness, from my second book, The Winning Overlay Situations A through Z. This is on the member page. You can click and read all of these there. But we have a report each day for each track and what horses qualify for which angles from the A through Z. And I highlighted Mancini's Goodness. She qualifies for 1, 2, 3, 4 angles. Anytime a horse qualifies for 3 or more angles on the A through Z report, that is very, very, very potent. This horse has got a lot of things going for her in a positive direction for an overlay win today. Now, as far as making this race the key race of the pick 4, races 1 through 4, first what you do is obviously you take the scratches out. After scratches, what's left? I can show you from race 1 through 4 here. The first race, the value odds horse was scratched, so we had no value odds horse there. The second race is a starter allowance. It's just a 2-star rated race, not highly enough to consider this horse the key in the pick 4 at this point would be the 1. But as soon as we get up to the third race, we see a 5.5-star key race, as opposed to a 2-star race in the second race. So the 5.5-star key race is the highest you can get on a single race, and we have only 1 value odds horse. And then the last race of the pick 4, there's no value odds horse. So by a process of elimination and reasonable deduction, if I can get the screen right, Mancini's Goodness becomes the key of the pick 4. And in placing my wagers, that's going to be very, very, very important. As a matter of fact, why don't we get on to that right now. Step 2, or stage 2, however you want to call it, it's the proven wagering strategies. I keep it simple because the way I do it works. It's been working for a very long time. The first bet would be a win bet. You don't want to have a 15-to-1 horse that somehow you're holding just a trifecta ticket that might not cash. You definitely want to have win money. Some players only bet to win, and that's fine. It's a very good conservative approach to the game. For the videos, I go $14 to win. Your bet could be more or less depending on your bankroll. After the win bet, I move on to the exacta. I always wheel my horse in the exacta. So that would be a $2 exacta, 8 all. If it was a double, daily double, I would wheel that too, but there is no double here. So we'll move on to the trifecta. The strategy is as follows. The 8 would be keyed on top all by herself. Second position, we will put the 1, 6, 3, 2. That represents the rest of the horses in Group A and the top horse in Group B. And then all for third, 10-cent super, all for fourth. And as I mentioned, Mancini's Goodness is the key of the pick 4, and also obviously the rolling pick 3s that are within those races. So she's going to be the single in my pick 3s and my pick 4, and in the other races we simply take the Group A horses, of course, after scratches. In other words, if you have a Group A horse that's scratched in a certain race, you have to move everybody up so that you have 4 horses in Group A, consisting of Group A. So you simply take your key horse in the key race, special horse, special race. You make that your single at expected high odds in the pick 3 and pick 4, and you simply put the Group A horses in the other races. That is it. That is all we do. Very simple, and it works very, very effectively. She won very, very impressively, considering it was the even money shot that she buried. That even money shot had the lead, and she just ranged up and kissed that other one goodbye. Jay-Z Santana winning at overlay odds very frequently down here at Calder. I was at the races at that yesterday. I was actually at Calder for this. 3080 on the Win Mutual. It finished 863, and we actually hit all of our wagers. Pick 3s, pick 4s, and all. With my strategy, $14 win bet returned $215.60. The exacta returned $92.60. Trifecta, a little light, $166.30. 10-cent super on a dime returned $101.51. We caught 2 pick 3s, $213.80 and $403.60 for $1. And with my strategy on the pick 4, as I discussed with you, we caught that for $1, $1,154.10. $2,347.51 on the knockdown there. Nice day at Calder. And what you want to do is you want to make sure you take advantage of the free area. This is your study library. You click your Discovery video link to watch the videos, or you can click them from here. The 36 proven winning overlay angles, my first book, is you can view it here in its entirety, and that's time tested over decades of angles that winning angles that work very, very well. And all the other articles I've written over the years to help you understand how to read the reports. And basically all you're going to do is, you're going to read the reports, let the reports tell you a story. Learn how to do that, and then apply the proven wagering strategies. And then the third factor or stage is money management. You have to have some kind of management of your bankroll. You take your horse racing bankroll, you set it aside. That money's just for horse racing, and you want to bet a maximum percentage in any race you partake in. You also want to quit off a win. In other words, once I hit this race, I was done for the day. Even though I was there at the track, I played $2 for the rest of the card. The reason is the law of probabilities. If I hit a big value odds horse at Calder, the law of probability says it is unlikely for me to hit another one at Calder. So at that point, I would either be done for the day except for $2 bets, or I would start looking at other tracks to play that haven't had a big value odds winner yet that day. Okay, so we have to factor in the laws of probabilities in with our money management, and also the strategy of quit off the win. And if you can't totally quit off the win, do like I do and just play $2 a race. In other words, don't give it back to them. Once you make a hit, don't consider that track money. That's not track money that you won. That's your money. You earned it. So whatever you do, don't give it all back to them by the last race, because a lot of players will do that. They'll have a nice score, and then they'll start throwing money in every direction with the mindset that they're gonna, let it ride and make 1,000 grow into 10,000, and that's not conducive to long-term profit. And that's basically what our whole thing here is. The reports are designed for long-term profit, so are the strategies. That means at the end of the year, you have made more than you have bet. You have made the long-term profit at the end of each year. That is the goal of everything that we do. So I know it's hard to quit off a win, but like I said, if you really want to stick around because you enjoy the races, or $2 a race. Take the money you won, put it in one pocket, take a few bucks out, put it in the other pocket, and bet off that small amount. Because, like I said, the odds of probabilities are, if you hit for one big value odds horse at a track, the likelihood of you hitting a second one is not as good as if you were looking at a different track. Now, yes, you're going to have days where you're going to see two big value odds horses at the same track. But if you compare the odds and probabilities of that happening, you are much more conducive to go to another track that has not had a high price value odds winner for the day. Start playing that track, because your odds of probabilities are still in your favor if you do that. Okay? I think you understand that. It's all pretty simple and basic common sense, and that's how we like to keep it. There's really no magical, mythical mystery tour, holy grail. There's just proven methods that work that I have come to find out over all these decades worth of research and study. Well, that's it. This is a good learning video. I titled it the Unlock the Power of Key Races. We discussed the key races past and present, and I thought it was a very good lesson on how to put especially how to put your pick 3s and pick 4s and finding that key horse to do so, to single. Okay? All right, thank you very much, and good luck with all your bets.